guys, and welcome back to another video. So this video is a simple, really effective upper body resistance band at home workout. Resistance bands, yes, it's not going to the gym and smashing weights and stuff, but at the moment in quarantine, resources are limited. These are really good to get hold of, as pretty much all other gym equipment is out of stock. They're pretty cheap, and then in general, like even when we're out of quarantine and we can fly the nest, oh the days that'll be. This is really good to have if we go traveling. Okay, you can whack it in your suitcase. It doesn't take up too much room. It's a perfect bit of kit to maintain our training, okay, and get a good upper body pump and build a bit of muscle at home. So here is my simple upper body get jacked at home resistance band workout. Let's get it. Yes guys, okay, so we're gonna get through 6 supersets. We're gonna get through some push, pull, shoulders, biceps, triceps, and core, okay? So we're gonna target the whole upper body. We've got 5 rounds to complete of each superset, so we're getting through a lot of reps. Give this a go. You can add more rest, you can reduce the rest. You can add more reps, more rounds, okay? There's a bit of guidance, and it's a really efficient session that I've been doing, and I've really enjoyed. Yes guys, okay, superset number 1 is a bit of a push and pull combo. So we've got banded push-ups times 10 and then seated rows times 10. So with these push-ups, okay, I'll put the band behind my back and then I've used my hands obviously to keep the band down. The band just keeps constant tension throughout the movement. So at the top of the push-up, I'm really making sure I squeeze my chest. It's also activating my shoulders quite nicely there. So straight from our 10 push-ups, we're going straight into our seated rows, okay? So I'm going to put the band around my 2 feet, making sure I've got a nice tall chest, staying nice and upright. I'm just going to be rowing the bands either side, okay? Retracting those shoulder blades backwards, driving back with the elbows, okay? Really retract those shoulders, that's the key part of the movement to activate the back muscles. I'm going to have a bit of a second squeeze, just to get a bit of activation, okay? Nice and controlled movement. Make sure the core stays activated the whole time. 10 reps. Superset number 2, shoulders. We've got single arm shoulder press and front raise. So here I'm putting my foot into the band just to keep it pinned down, okay? Standing up nice and tall. I want to make sure my shoulders stay nice and square, so I don't want to slant, okay? So that's making sure we keep our core activated, okay? Nice and controlled movement all the way throughout, and then just fully extending that single arm, okay? As you can see, both of my shoulders are pretty square, so I'm not letting one side drop lower than the other. From there, I went into a double arm row, so instead of obviously single arm, I've got both of my feet pinning down the resistance band, making sure in this movement here with those front raises, I'm leading up with those elbows. Just focus on raising those elbows quite high, and that's going to really activate the delts. Superset number 3, we're onto arms. We've got single arm hammer curls, okay, so just like those front raises, we're using both our feet to pin the band down. Guys, if we want to make it harder or easier, we just adjust our hands on the resistance band. Obviously, the further up the band we have our hands, there's less resistance. The further down the band becomes tighter and essentially makes the weight harder to lift. Awesome guys, okay, so next up we're into those double arm hammer curls. Just make sure we keep a nice tall chest, stand nice and tall, okay, and we control the flexion and extension of the movement. So I'm coming down and I'm coming up. I want to try and keep the tempo exactly the same. So even when we are coming down, we're sort of resisting against it. That's just going to keep time under tension and make it a lot more of an efficient movement. Superset number 4, we're going from biceps into triceps. This one we're sat on the resistance band. We're just going to make sure we fully extend those arms. At the top of the movement you can see I fully straighten the arms, and that really just activates the tricep even more. Nice and controlled, just like in those bicep curls, the flexion and extension. Keep that time pretty much the same, so it just keeps constant tension throughout the whole movement. Okay, so here we're sort of replicating a skull crusher, okay, so the coaching point is just try and keep your elbows tucked in as much as you can. It's quite a tough one, this. Again, just keep that time under tension, fully extend the movement, and just make sure each movement we're doing is good quality, okay? Superset number 5, we've got a standing double arm row, okay, so I'm using both my feet to stand over the resistance band. Okay, the same technique applies as what we did in that first superset with the seated row. So we're just going to focus on make sure we drive those elbows back, really retract the shoulders, and that's going to activate the back muscles perfectly, okay? Nice controlled movement, slight bend in the knees. Just in the standing one, it just requires a little bit more core. Okay guys, in these wipers, okay, this is a really good functional movement. It's going to open up the chest, really good mobility stuff, okay? We're going to keep our torso upright, okay? Constant activation of the glutes as well with our legs raised off the ground. We're just going to make sure that we keep a nice tall chest, okay? And each time we wiper those arms back, we're going to get a nice squeeze of the back. Awesome work guys, okay, we're going to finish off with a bit of core. The V-sit, normally a really tough movement, okay, quite an advanced core movement, is actually made a lot more practical with this incorporation of the resistance band. The more tension we bring our feet in with the handles of the resistance band, the easier it makes it. This just allows you to slow the movement down, again adding more time under tension and really activating those core muscles. Control your breathing throughout. That's a really nice movement, I love this one. And then we're going to superset that, guys, with these oblique crunches, okay? Really nice movement. The position is just like we did with those single arm shoulder presses, so the foot is going to be keeping the resistance band down. Each time we go for those side crunches, okay, really exhale. And we're going to really side crunch, okay? Don't just go through the motion of these movements. Make sure each time we crunch down either side, we're really activating those muscles to get the most from the movement. There you go guys, 6 supersets, 5 rounds of each, loads of reps, loads of productive movements. Enjoy. Do I look jacked now?
So jacked.
Jesus Christ, resistance band workout that, guys. So that is my upper body resistance band workout. Okay, so some of those exercises, I'm not reinventing the wheel. It's nothing you probably haven't seen before, but hopefully that's a bit of inspiration for you. That's what I've been doing a lot in the evening, just to get a bit of an upper body pump and try and build / maintain muscle while at home, while resources are limited here in quarantine. You can add in more reps, you can do more rounds. This is more, as I say, just a bit of inspiration for you to try at home. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and let me know if you want any more resistance band workouts or any workouts in general. Stay safe, everybody.